Rachel's season of The Bachelorette is finally here, and we cannot wait to talk about the most memorable limo exits of the night.
Also, fan favorite Sarah Vendel will be joining us to talk all the gossip and cringiest moments from last night's episode. Like, seriously, what was up with that doll?
Plus, Corinne sat down with Ashley I, and you will not believe what she had to say.
We've got all that and so much more on True Showmance, The Bachelorette.
Today's episode is brought to you by Secret, stress tested for women. Welcome back to our Bachelor after show, officially called True Showmance. Seriously, I know, we're excited. It is so good to be back here with you. I am joined in the studio by Aaron Lils. Our queen barista, Ryland, is over there. Hello, Ryland.
Hello, queen. Bow down.
He is going to be reading all your comments, your reactions as the show goes down. And please, most importantly, help me welcome our very special guest this week on the show. You know and love her from Nick Vile's season of The Bachelor. She's pretty much like America's smiling sweetheart,
Yes.
Miss Sarah Vendel. We are so, in case you can't tell, we're so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
What's going on? How have you been since we saw you last?
Absolutely miserable. I hate my life, and I'm really upset and sad.
Your smile says something completely different.
Wait, but so like literally watching last night's episode, were you just glad that like it wasn't you coming out of you?
Quite. I mean, like I'm sitting and sweating nervously like here, so I couldn't imagine what it would actually be reliving that all over again. So I feel for those men, but they absolutely killed it, and it was, I mean, that was a good experience, but I kind of like this side a little more. This is way more fun.
It's nice to be a spectator, and we're so
Yeah.
glad you're here. And
fun.
you guys watching with us right now, we are going to be kicking off right from where the Bachelorette fan favorite Rachel Lindsay's journey all began. And let me just say that after last night's limo exits, I think we can say that we're in for one heck of a wild season. So massive thanks to our friends over at Secret for partnering with us and helping us to just make all of our Bachelorette dreams into real life things.
That's
really. So each week we're going to be welcoming more special guests, some of whom you might know and have heard of, others maybe not. We're going to be giving away some amazing prizes, and all thanks to our official in-house Bachelor icon and correspondent. I mean, she might be known as Ashley I, but on this show, she's going to be spilling all the tea.
Okay.
Ashley is going to be joined on this episode by the one and only Corinne.
It got crazy.
Yeah, it got
So much
wild.
porn.
So trust me when I say you're going to want to stay tuned today, because boy, oh boy, do we have a real treat for you. And speaking of treats, feeling a little hungry, is anyone else here craving some cheese pasta?
I mean,
I'm never not in the mood for
I was gonna
cheese
say,
pasta.
is there ever a time you're not?
I know. I could definitely use some of that. But I want you guys to make sure you know that you are just as part of this discussion as we are. So all of you who are live streaming with us right now, we want to hear from you. Who is Rachel going to choose at the end of this show? It's like the big question. So keep the comments coming with your reactions to night one. And do not forget to vote in our live poll going on as we speak currently.
And also, guys, back by popular demand, we are doing another giveaway for a handmade Yes Please Prune lipstick, which I'm wearing right now.
It's huge.
But only one lucky viewer is going to win. And only if this video gets a certain amount of viewers at the same time.
Oh.
Rylan, how many are watching right now?
Well, right now, we're at about 173. So you guys, you need to share this with your friends. You need to get the word out. I know there's more people that watch The Bachelor than that.
They're starting to tune in right now. I
Come
can
on,
feel
guys.
it.
I know that there are more of you out there. If
Yes.
you want this lipstick, share the video right now. Look how great it is. We need more than 1,000 viewers, and then the lipstick could be yours.
Oh my gosh. Tell your mom, tell your friends. Okay, you guys, so before we get into dishing all the dirt on last night's episode, and there was a whole lot of dirt, I think we can agree that the last few months, really, and I think you'd agree, in this Bachelor sphere have just been like pure and utter chaos in the best way possible. So really quick, we're just gonna take a sec to find out what's been going down, because my little brain literally can't. Bachelor Nation was in for a real treat when it was announced that Rachel Lindsay would be next in line to find her happily ever after. But in the midst of all the excitement, fans were hit hard with even more breaking news. Batch Nation was seeing double for the first time ever when the twins were introduced on the show. Blonde bombshells Emily and Haley became fan favorites on Ben Higgins' season, eventually traveling down to Mexico for Bachelor in Paradise. But their elimination show was not the last we'd be seeing of the two. They currently star in their own hilarious freeform series called The Twins Happily Ever After,
where they gear up for the never-ending obstacle that is adulthood. One of the series' regulars, Nick Viall, put his dancing whips on display as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. He and dancing pro Peta Murgatroyd were eventually eliminated on week 7, but to everyone's surprise, Nick and Vanessa have remained a happily engaged couple despite his new reality show ventures, The Distance, and all the heavy backlash. And then most recently, previous Bachelor Chris Soules was unfortunately involved in a fatal car accident when he rear-ended a tractor, allegedly fleeing the scene and leaving the victim, who passed away shortly after. And well, by now we all know too well that not all Bachelor finales result in a happy ending. Ben Higgins and Lauren Bushnell called it quits last week in an emotional update that took Bachelor Nation by total surprise. The couple was engaged since Ben's season ended over a year ago, and the two have since endured a rocky attempt to make things work after their Freeform series revealed calling off the wedding. Lauren's allegedly packed up her things from the couple's Denver home and is returning to Los Angeles to pursue a career in fashion. As for Ben, well, many have been hoping that he returns to find love again on The Bachelor, but only time will tell.
Am I the only one that is like so personally invested and devastated in this breakup?
I know.
I just like even when the show isn't on, so much is happening. I can't.
I was gonna say it's literally just a Bachelor world, and we are just living in it. Like there's so many storylines, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, so
Sarah's
Sarah,
like, yeah,
being
true.
a part of this Bachelor ecosystem, of this world, like, and being a part of it and involved in it, like, are you privy to this kind of information before it comes out, or do you just find out from the news and you're like, oh no, my friends broke up, or something?
I feel like I'm so much in my own little bubble.
I'm delivering you guys some
Joining
drinks.
us.
Oh, I love you.
Hold,
the
please.
happiest place
Hey, I have a special one for the Lils Chin.
Oh, this is a
Some
special.
Dr. Pepper, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Jaws.
Oh, thank
Some
you,
coffee
sweet
for
child.
you.
Don't spill.
Hey, you guys, also, thanks so much for sharing with your friends. Shout out to Marissa Hall and Kaylee Kish. They've been sharing.
Kaylee,
Yeah,
yes.
you guys, keep sharing the video.
Cheers.
Let the party live.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Rylan.
Cheers. Cheers.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
Love you
Cheers
so
to
much.
Rylan.
Y'all have great service here.
We really do. Service with a smile, you know? So is it as devastating for you when you hear, like, there's been a breakup, or, I mean, there's great news that comes out too. Like, Nick did really great on Dancing with the Stars. What was it like watching him dance his way to greatness?
Well, I gotta say, I honestly didn't realize Nick had such great moves, but I also can't say I really watched the whole season. I didn't even really finish my own season of The Bachelor, so I like to stay in my own little bubble.
Oh my gosh, did you stop watching after you got eliminated?
Oh yeah, because I'm like, I could sleep at night now, knowing that my mom's not gonna kill me at any moment. So I like to stay in my own little bubble. I feel like it keeps me sane, and so some of this stuff I'm completely thrown off by just as much as you are.
Oh my gosh. Well, you might want to cover your ears a few times during this show. Clearly, there is never a dull moment in Bachelor history, but that brings us to last night's premiere episode where Rachel met what some would call her grade A selection of man meat. There were some hotties in that group, okay?
Yeah.
So, Sarah, I have to ask you, there was a moment in the episode where you came up, and I was really surprised to see this.
Oh, yeah.
When someone was bringing up DeMario, I think, who I also love on the show. And so the episode opens, Rachel's getting advice from a bunch of girls who were on your season, a bunch of girls in her squad. And then someone mentioned that, like, you knew DeMario and, like, thought he didn't have good intentions. But I don't like secondhand stories. I like firsthand stories. So, like, what's your real story?
I just had no intention of like that actually being
On TV?
a thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, like Damar and I went to the same college and we have mutual friends.
Okay.
But so like through the grapevine, obviously with like anything, you hear things that had come up, and if I had known anything concrete that DeMario had, whatever his story's gonna be, I would have gone straight to Rachel or a producer. I just was, you know, like kind of just chatting with my girlfriend. So I honestly don't even know a full story or even really have like really good scoop. I wish I had better scoop for you.
What was the takeaway?
Yeah.
What was the takeaway?
And what?
Like from your
what
friends?
I heard.
Like,
What is this bad stuff?
Oh, I just had heard that he had maybe a girlfriend or had been dating people, but
Well, but
I guess
everybody
he's
has
going into
before the show. I think
But
like
yeah,
that's like
who
life
else
in
hasn't?
general, and also like who knows? Maybe if it was someone from college, like college is such a blip in time at a different time of life. You know what I
Right,
mean?
that's
So
its own
people
bubble.
change.
And what girlfriend would let their boyfriend go away for a month without talking to them? So clearly, if he was in a relationship, it's probably not going to
but
last.
who do we,
I don't even know.
who do we meet in that package though that it's like teasing the rest of the season?
There
and
is
there
an
is an
ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
that
there was a
shows
girl
up.
on it, but I don't even know who that girl was. So like there's like some miscommunication somewhere down the line.
Well, I'm
But
glad you clarified.
like, that
I
makes
don't
me
even
feel
feel like I
better.
really clarified because I don't even know what I'm really
so
clearing
you
up.
just like don't know
Exactly.
that he's like bad
Here's the thing,
news.
I don't really know shit.
Okay,
Exactly. There you go.
As I'm like, I'm just sensitive.
You're all good. Okay, this episode is personally always one of my favorites, the big premiere episode. I love watching it because I think that we can all agree that the limo exits and then the even atrocious, they're not even like Bumble-worthy sometimes pickup lines that give us life. So you guys, let's take a look at some of the most memorable first impressions from last night.
They're so good.
Are you serious right now? I just had to break the ice.
I have this brownie right here.
Yes.
And I just want to let you know, the blacker the brownie, the sweeter the dude.
Very cute. Yeah.
Bring it back, bring it back.
Yes. Open your hands for me and hold them out like this.
Okay.
Hold them a little further. And then could I ask you to close your eyes for just a second?
Oh no, I'm scared.
I heard there's an emergency.
You will have no reasonable doubt.
Legal terms.
See you later, litigator.
Did I do that?
How are you?
Scary.
This is Adam Jr.
This is an old picture of me. I couldn't help but flip through it. It's your 8th grade picture.
I know I ain't Bieber, but I am a believer. He also has one testicle larger than the other testicle.
That's the crazy one. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I agree. That's the weird person from the season,
He
for
kind of
sure.
looks like Kevin Bacon. I just like had that realization.
Oh, Waboom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waboom.
Like
Well, he doesn't have a name. We just call him Waboom.
Yeah.
What would you
Lucas,
say was the
love
most
it.
impressive limo exit that you saw, or perhaps the most memorable?
I mean, are we talking grand gesture or are we just talking based off looks? Because sometimes I was just completely taken away by the gorgeousness that is
Let's
Peter.
get one of each.
So I was like, it doesn't matter what anyone else does. I
Hot
just
girl.
liked
He was
his
such a
jacket,
suit, yeah.
the suit.
Oh,
I
like the
liked
plaid,
so
he just was.
sexy.
He just had that confidence, and he didn't really do anything flashy. And I was like, wow.
I know, he doesn't
Like
need
it.
to,
Like,
though.
if it doesn't work out with Rachel, call Sarah.
Yeah, 100%. But you guys, here's the scary thing. There are people I've heard who actually approve some of these guys' lines. And I know that you guys out there watching have a whole lot to say about last night's first impression. So I think right now we need to head on over to Ryland. Do you have any live reactions happening over there?
Hello. Well, first I want to clarify a few things. So the Lil's channel, she said that if we hit 1,000 viewers, then you have a chance at winning our lipstick. That's on Facebook. So I know we're live on YouTube and Facebook. You got to get the Facebook views to 1,000 to do that. And keep sharing this video. Shout outs again to Teresa Costa and Alexandria Jean for sharing this video. Keep on sharing. But I do want to get into some fan questions. So let's get on to our very first, which is, hold on, I'm looking through. Let's see what it is.
Oh, it looks
a
like
big
Caitlin
Waboom
Atkins.
Not a big Waboom
Not
fan.
a big Waboom fan.
Me either, Caitlin.
You're missing a couple of A's
Yeah,
in there.
who is-
Waboom.
What
But
are you
that's,
not
he
a
didn't
fan
choose
of?
very good branding for his Waboom thing because he had it on his shirt and it was very difficult to spell.
And
A lot
will
of A's, a lot
anybody
of
buy
O's.
that?
No, I don't think it was
Who
even.
is
But
a big Waboom
if he doesn't
fan?
have an infomercial contract by the end of this, like I don't know what he's gonna do. I enjoy the Waboom for infomercials.
That is genius and infomercial.
Well, it's like the
gig.
ShamWow.
You have to know that.
Like he needs a
ShamWow.
product.
That's what it is.
He needs a product to
It's the
associate with the
ShamWow.
Waboom.
It's gonna be
OxyClean.
t-shirts.
OxyClean.
But what even is a Waboom? I guess
I
that's
don't
my
know.
question. I guess we're going to have to figure that
That's too
out.
existential for this.
Riley, do you have any more questions, or are we going to pop back in with you later?
Come back to me later, Josh.
Okay, I know they're
Okay.
rolling in. All right, you guys. Well, that brings us to our next topic, and it is time for our secret stress moment. So this is the part of the show where we talk about, like, I'm already sweating.
I am too.
I am
We
legit.
talk about the most stressful or maybe like the most cringy moments from last night's premiere that just have us sweating, and this might be TMI, but sweating in places we didn't even know were possible. So I'm just gonna do you guys a solid and kick it off. I never knew until I watched this, like, the power of a doll. Apparently, bringing a woman on a first date to meet your doll friend is appropriate. So this is Adam's doll, AJ. And shout out to whoever drew the face on, because that doll looks pretty incredible. And some women would prefer a silent boyfriend, I guess.
So funny.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, let me just say, Big Adam, big boy, not little Adam Jr. Big Adam must have really great lips because he can really control his mouth if he's a ventriloquist. So maybe there is a plus side to
is
this
he a
situation.
ventriloquist?
Isn't that what that is?
Was he actually though, or was it like just like a joke?
I thought it was just like a doll.
Oh,
Yeah, like I don't.
That's creepy then. I take it back.
I don't feel like we saw his ventriloquist skills enough to think that that was like his career.
Like there was like no explanation. It was just like existing, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, I truthfully don't care what it is. If you're a grown man and you show up for a first date with a doll, like that is a signal it's probably not going to work out.
I agree.
What did you think, Lil?
Okay, hands down.
Good point.
Literally, the kisses on the first day are always a little weird because like you just like I feel like they're really uncomfortable because the guy like doesn't know if he should, and then the girl is like, oh, am I gonna be slutty if I do it? There was no moment for hesitation here.
Oh my
Brian
God.
just like goes at her face like he is so hungry, like he is eating her.
Oh no!
He's a cannibal. I do
Yeah.
not understand. He can taste what she had for dinner 3 weeks ago.
But she loved.
But then,
She was
so that's
very
the only
into
thing that
it.
made it a little less cringy is because she like said she liked it after, but I was like, oh my God.
I mean, he's a little too confident, don't you think? Like, I think confidence has a ceiling, and he crossed it with that kiss.
But if she's okay with it, then like,
Good on them. That's
consensual.
great.
It's consensual.
What do you think, Erin?
Okay, my cringy moment, you guys. I mean, we've already mentioned it here. Waboom. I mean, and the fact that not only is Waboom like a whole brand inside of the Bachelor show, but he also got a rose. And this is the rose ceremony. I can't believe this. It's really, really cringeworthy. And there's a part of me that wants to believe that Rachel actually did not want to give him a rose, but the producers basically said you have to give him a rose.
But apparently that's not a thing. People keep telling us they don't do that. What is the story?
Is that a thing?
Can they like
I was
force
tuning
you?
out. I was too busy like watching the Waboom replays.
Transfix.
like if the producers are allowed to like force them to pick someone.
Yo, I don't even know, and I was there. So your guess is as good as mine.
I'm gonna stick to that story.
Oh, really? Rylan, what's going on?
They just say that they're not a waboomer. That's what Stephanie Matson
That is
says.
a question. Is
Not a
it,
wham boomer.
is it a noun? Is it a verb?
Oh my gosh, you're a teacher. Tell us.
I don't know. On his profile it said, or his career was like a Waboom.
Is it
But
really?
like, is
that what
Maybe
his
it's
career
a
said?
we're gonna get to
This
we're
is a
gonna need Lucas to
vocabulary lesson.
Maybe it's
clarify.
a species that
Like,
we've
how
yet
do
to
I
find out
appropriate-
about.
How do I use this?
I don't
How
know,
do
but
I
I
embrace
don't
this
feel
into
like
my life?
I feel like it should be an endangered species.
Yeah,
that we,
Like it should
wipe
go
out.
on its way out.
Okay, Sarah, what was your most stressful
Okay,
moment?
well, and it makes me, I mean, granted, I'm wearing leather on your sunny couch here, but like it's making me sweat thinking about the tickle monster.
I literally
Do
tried. I was
not
crawled out of my
touch
skin
me,
when it happened.
And
It was
don't,
so bad.
don't come at me with the tickles.
And don't
on
tell me
the
to close
first
my eyes
night.
while you touch me without me giving you permission to do so.
I mean,
It sounds very illegal.
that moment when he was like,
couldn't.
okay, oh, here we go. We have a video of it.
Yeah.
Do you think he's ever left us?
Good for Rachel. She's such
I
a
mean,
pro. If it were me, I would have
the
knocked that
slow-mo.
guy right across his face. She was so gentle in her push away. She's such a lady. After that
slow-mo's
moment, I
really
was like,
funny.
this girl can handle anything that comes her way.
I mean, that's why Rachel's the Bachelorette. She's so graceful.
100%.
I would be like,
That's what I said. I was like, what,
Me
you
too.
don't know how someone is going to react when you tickle them. Some people are like really anti-tickle.
Something tells me that guy didn't think it through before he made the decision.
I want to know what he really does. Like, you're a tickle monster now,
That's,
but what were
that's
you
also
before?
his occupation as
Yeah, but,
well.
like, what are you really?
Maybe he's a massage therapist.
I don't
All
think
right.
that makes it
Okay.
any less creepy.
Okay, you guys, so now that you've heard our thoughts, we want to hear from you. So what did you think was the most stressful, the most cringy moment from the limo exits from last night's episode? Comment below. And of course, Rylan will start sorting through and let us know what you're saying in just a few minutes. But right now, I want to introduce you guys to a brand new segment on our show. We all know, especially on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, that first impressions literally are everything. So I'm excited to bring you two types of guys featuring a past Bachelor alum smoke show that America fell in love with on JoJo's season, who maybe some of the people at our office might have been like fully drooling over. Mr. Chase McNary.
Hey, what's your name?
Sup, girl?
You're lucky to meet me.
Hey, I'm Chase.
My name's Tom. Like, bomb. In bed. Tonight.
Can I buy you a drink?
Wanna buy me a drink?
I really love your dress tonight. Where are you from?
That is a great dress. It looked really good on my floor. Are you okay? I think you're suffering from a lack of vitamin me.
Hey, I'd really like to stay in touch. Can I grab your number from you?
You know, I actually just lost my number. Can I have yours and throw some pictures of you in there?
Hey, so, I gotta get going with my friends, but I'm excited to see you again. Have a great night.
It's nice to meet you, Ashley. Oh, that's not your name? Well, it should be. Ashley's a much prettier name.
I don't know about you all watching, but I'm pretty sure that all of us have witnessed these type of guys at one point, like on the show, off the show. I don't know, you guys. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going out there, but shockingly enough, it was already revealed before the premiere of the show that one of the 31 suitors from last night has in fact swept Rachel off her feet. They're happily engaged, super duper in love. So that brings us to our premature prediction. So while you're still out there voting, we're going to cast our votes based on last night's show as to who we think is going to make it to the end. And I feel like you have a one-up on this because, like, you know her better. Well, we don't know her at all.
You know her.
I know her, but I can tell you with 100% confidence, I know actually nothing. My bubble I told you about,
You're
in it. I'm in my bubble.
So
I'm
we're all
very
on the
far
same
removed
page
right now.
All right, well, I'm going to kick it off with my picks. I actually chose two because I couldn't pick one. My first one is Josiah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so cute. He was just so precious. He had such an amazing backstory. He has a great job, something they have in common. I love seeing guys with jobs besides tickle monsters. And he's already so confident. He's like inviting people to their wedding. Already.
Yeah, and he's also an attorney, like you said, and they have similar kind of careers, so I think they get along very well. And he was so charming, but not confident in a cocky way. He really walked the line.
To play devil's advocate. Maybe like if you're practicing law all day, like you don't want to go home and like hang out with a lawyer.
That's actually
true.
Wow, Lily, you little expert.
You know.
Okay, but my other pick is gonna have to be Will because he came out of the car as my childhood crush, Stefan Urkel, Steve Urkel.
I was like, for those watching this, they don't know who that is.
You're like, I'm like, you have to
TV
have been
show in the 90s.
Watching TV in the 1900s. So if you were too young at that point, but I think he's gonna be a wild card, dark horse. I think he's a dark horse who's gonna come in later. Just saying.
Okay, well, especially now that we got our update on Demario. He is going to be my winner. Because you don't actually know anything.
He's really handsome.
It's like you tried to put him down, but I think he's confident too. And
I like him.
I like that
he's handsome.
Him and Josiah, I like that they're confident with all the guys, but they're not overtly obnoxious when they're with her. Like
I thought it was so cute how he had the plane tickets to like go to Vegas and get married.
He had his little gimmick. I vote Demario.
He's been one of my favorites since she met him at the finale of The Bachelor.
That's true.
Such a favorite. Okay.
What about you, Erin?
So this isn't necessarily my favorite, but this is someone that I feel very confident in based on last night's performance. And when I mean performance, I mean the makeout session that Brian had with Rachel. That was a performance of a lifetime. He's basically a pro athlete in the love department, and I feel like what?
Put it up a little.
Oh, put it up. Sorry.
Be proud.
I'm sorry. I'm not very confident. I don't really like him, but I think he's sticking around. I think Rachel was obsessed with his kissing, and he got the first impression rose last night, which is a big deal because Rachel's a quality chick. If you get the first impression rose from her,
big deal.
That means a lot.
Exactly. Okay, Sarah, what about you?
That was a tough sell. Hate to follow it, but y'all know I have a soft spot for the one and only Peter.
Okay, we get
it.
He is so
dreamy.
gorgeous.
And you know, Rachel may not have given him that first impression rose, but like if you watch the first moment he steps out of that limo, like there's something there. I think something that doesn't happen right away is even a little bit more special. So my money's on Peter. I think he could make her happy, you know, off of the 5 minutes I've gotten to know him on TV.
100%.
So that means everything.
I like that vote, but who's your other?
But just like you, I think no matter what, I think the real winner is going to be my girl Rachel. 100%.
Guys,
the girl is so smart. She's
I was
not going to
concerned that I could see that it had hair.
I was like,
I don't remember any guy with long hair.
I was like, did I miss the surfer guy?
She's so smart. She knows what she's doing. I feel like if anyone in Batch Nation could trust a bachelor or bachelorette to make the right decision, it would be her.
100%.
This girl knows what she's doing.
She's got a good
She's
eye.
intelligent.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you know what
agree.
you're doing.
Well, I love our
She can
pick.
join our couch.
You're here.
She can stay.
Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about the whole villain thing in the Bachelor Nation. I feel like
Oh.
in the last season, they like pitted like Chad and Corinne, but then also like personally, at least, I'm obsessed with Corinne, and I think Chad is like so fun to watch. So I'm super interested to hear your take on this whole like house villain thing, because we saw the super tease, and it looks like these guys are going to have some crazy drama. And something I loved about you last season is that you were just like went straight to Corinne and were like, "What are your intentions?" And you just spoke to her like a normal, nice person. So what do you think about the villains on the show in general, and also who do you think this season's villain's gonna be?
Well, in regards to at least Corinne.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Leaning closer, you'll hear about it. Well, Corinne and I were roommates in the house.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
The show, to an extent, you only get to see a little bit out of like hours and hours and hours
Right,
and hours.
yeah.
And so I never had a problem with Corinne, but when she asks a question to a group, I'm gonna give you an answer.
Right,
And I
yeah.
feel like just out of respect, like that's something I'll forever, you can at least count on me for, is telling you or
Right.
giving you my opinion. But I don't even think villain is the right word for Corinne, and I don't even think that applies to her. But for this season, if maybe there won't be, maybe you'll just be another aggressive personality. I don't know anything about him, but just from that preview, Lee, was that his?
Lee.
Yeah,
Lee.
The Southerner. He just
Yeah.
seemed
The one
more
that said
aggressive.
it.
So maybe by villain, it's like the person who's going to be misunderstood.
Exactly. I think that's a better word to
The
use.
person
gonna
that
be a
comes
little
in that's like, I don't care what
misunderstood.
anyone thinks. I
He's
didn't come here to make friends.
I felt Lee as being the one who's going to be misunderstood, but maybe
Not.
I don't really know if I'm going to want to understand.
His part was so deep, though. I thought
yeah,
was my
that's
one
just-
takeaway.
Oh, we were.
I
I think
think
it was like a shaved part.
Well, Lee, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Lee, you tell us.
Okay, so we know that you guys are just dying to chime in right now with your predictions. So let's go over to
Tell us,
Ryland to
tell
get some updates. Right, what is the verdict on the most stressful moment from last night's big premiere?
Hello. Well, we do have a lot coming in. We're waiting for the first one to pop up here on the screen. So, do we have any coming in? Are the
Comments are all just rolling in. There's so much to talk about. There were so many stressful moments, though. I mean, I know that we gave you guys our top 4, but it looks like now we finally have some popping up on our screen.
Yeah, so Natasha said, I cringed so hard when he tickled her. Oh, my Lord.
Same.
Here's my question. What do you think? Do you think he made that up himself? Is that really his occupation, or?
Is that what it said
not
his
an
job was?
occupation.
I bet he signed off on it, though. I don't know.
He looks like he liked it.
You have like a glass of wine and you're sitting there and you're like, you know what? So what? I'll do it.
Yeah, he also looks like
how
he
it
hasn't been
happens.
around too many ladies in his life. So,
All right, you guys, I have another one. Isabel is saying the tickle monster and the doll because they are just wrong in so many ways.
Oh, hi, Izzy.
Yeah, hi, Izzy.
Caitlin, I have another. Caitlin is saying the drunk guy waiting to talk to her was awful. He sobered up really fast when he didn't get a rose.
Oh, yeah.
it was
He made
so
me so
sad.
sad. He had so much FOMO.
Yeah, because wasn't Demario was like giving him like him and Josiah were like,
Hey, go,
go,
like
He was
slapping his butt and stuff.
so scared.
Oh, that guy, but he was the one who also witnessed the makeout session. and he was like,
His
my
reactions
gosh.
were my favorite
I
from the
know.
whole
The best.
episode.
He and the doll kept like showing up in the background of like little bits.
Just
and
like
pieces.
hanging out.
Which
It
is
was-
why
it
it
was
was
very much Elf on the Shelf.
Chris Smith, he's also weighing in and saying, wait, WTF on the first episode kiss.
I
know.
agree. He was eating her face, and
There
I'm
was
like,
so much tongue.
I understand when there's some, like it's fine, but it was just a lot.
Maybe he felt really fresh, like he had just brushed his teeth and he felt very
hope
extra
so.
confident about what was happening in there.
I don't know.
All right, you guys.
I also don't know what my making out looks like.
Oh, you
Because
should
like,
record
what if
yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to know what my
Maybe you
making out
should.
looks like.
Like, but what if that's what we all look like? We just don't know it.
Oh, no.
So that's why I'm not going on The Bachelor.
All right, you guys, I do have some fan questions for you as well. This should be fun. This one girl, I think her name is Elvia. I'm sorry if
Ooh, I
I'm
like
saying
that.
your name wrong. She said, would you guys date a guy who carries a doll with them at all times?
No,
Hard pass.
no.
Hard pass.
What if
I
it
don't
was
carry a
sweet?
doll with me. I don't want my partner to carry a doll with him. You
I
know?
don't want any dolls involved.
Sarah.
Kaylee is saying penguin or shark.
Okay, you take this question. Penguin or shark?
Shark. Dolphin.
Yeah.
Shark dolphin.
Right.
Oh my God, I was so angry that he wore a peg. I was like, you stay in your lane.
I know.
Alexis was the costume person.
Or at least move to animals that are strictly land creatures.
Yeah, that too.
So
They're really
smart.
the aquatic.
All right, you
Hi,
guys.
Rylan.
Question for all of you. Which Bachelor season would you most want to be on for the host? This one's not for you, I'm sorry.
Oh no, but I want to know.
I
the answer.
Bachelor
Like, who
season.
inspired you? Was there a Bachelor that you were like inspired? Like, okay, that guy was so awesome. I want to go on the show.
No, I just wish I had a better story other than like I just wanted to do it because I thought it would be fun.
Good for you, though. I think that's a great reason.
Yeah, that's fine.
You did it for yourself.
Yeah.
I
Wish I had better
truthfully would probably say my favorite Bachelor is, Ben. Everybody loves Ben. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, everyone
Except Lauren.
Oh, me!
Too soon. I feel like people always say he was boring, but I really like Sean.
Oh, Sean Lowe.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Juan
Pablo.
Juan Pablo, what a charmer that was. I'm an old school. I'm a Tristan Ryan fan. I loved Ryan.
yeah.
He was so. I mean, he's the first Bachelor.
Well, no, he
or
was Bachelorette.
Bachelorette. But he was just so cute, and like they're still together, which makes me like him even more.
That's actually really sweet.
All right,
it's
you
a
guys,
happy story.
we're gonna give an update on the first live poll. Who will Rachel choose?
Yes!
So,
What's going on?
in the lead, we have Peter. Peter and Brian are actually tied.
Brian is winning as well.
Makes me
Shocking.
so sad.
And
Why?
then we have Josiah and DeMario. He's in last place.
Sorry, Lily, you're losing.
Guys, he might be in it for the wrong reasons, Lils. We have to wait.
She already said that wasn't true. God, Sarah.
All we know is I'm winning. All we know is I'm winning in this company. Well, or I'm
You
tied.
are winning. You are winning
tied.
for sure.
All right, you guys.
Another point.
We are moving up there in the view count, but we got a long ways to go. So keep on sharing. I do want to thank some people for sharing. Jennifer Piziana shared our video, and so did
girl.
Faithy Nicole Dinnan. So thanks for sharing.
Wait, but
our
guys,
video.
can we get to 2,000? Because time's running out and you need to win the lipstick.
Yeah, because it's expensive. It's
I
a
know.
really nice
Yeah, this is a
lipstick.
good prize, you guys. Share it with everyone you know. Please.
It's
Your
very-
mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your dog.
And you can look just like Lily. All right, so right now we have whipped up a real treat for you, and I cannot believe I'm actually about to announce this. But our resident Bachelor Queen, Ashley I, sat down with the one and only nap-taking, Raquel-loving, actually former roommate of Sarah Vendel, the one and only Corinne Olympios from Nick Vile's season of The Bachelor. And you better bet your platinum vagine that a major tea is about to be spilled. Take a look.
Bring on the corn.
Hey guys, it is Ashley I, and today we're adding a tea to that because we are spilling some tea with legitimately the most famous Bachelorette contestant that has never actually been the lead. Corinne, was there ever talk about you being the Bachelorette?
A little bit, but not really, but a little bit.
When you went home, did you think, Mom, Dad, I did such a good job, you're gonna be so proud of me? Because I said, oh my gosh, you guys, I was so cool the entire time. And then I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I'm like the absolute opposite of calm. What did you feel like your edit was gonna be?
Honestly, I don't know. But the producers kept telling me like, oh my God, you're gonna be huge, you're gonna be huge. I'm like, what did I do? And then slowly but surely it was just like, whoa bam. And I was like, oh my God. Totally didn't expect it, but it was a really nice surprise.
We also have one more other surprise.
Oh.
Since it's Corinne here, we have a champagne flute of corn. That's
Can I
awesome,
put
right?
some in here?
Will you drink it still?
Yeah, I love corn. I am corn.
I'll go like this. Bing. Just like a strawberry.
Bing.
What are you most tired of being asked? Because you've been doing interviews since January.
Whew. I'm tired of being asked, what do you think of Vanessa?
What do you think of Vanessa? Are you tired of the question, is it real? Because for me, I get that all the time. And I'm like, well, all my feelings were 100% real. Do you agree with that?
100%. It's real. It's real. I mean, for me, it was 100% real. For other girls, I don't think they take it in an authentically real way.
You told Nick that you love him though. In hindsight, did you think that you still think that you were in love with him?
In hindsight, I feel like, yes, being in the situation, it's very emotional, very draining. You don't know really right from wrong.
Say you were there in real life with Nick in 6.5 weeks. Do you think your feelings would have been different?
I feel like a lot of things would have been really different if it was real life. Well, I mean, it is real life, but like not shown on a TV show and not him dating other women. I feel like we both would have been there. For a while, I was like, oh God, like airing is starting, and like, you know, I wasn't even like thinking much of it, and then like fans just blew up, and I was kind of just like using that as a way to get over it, like leaning on my fans and leaning on like honestly how popular I was getting.
So you're saying that you actually felt feelings months afterward.
It was really hard for me.
Wow.
It was really hard for me. I still have the picture that my mom like snuck of us on our hometown date.
Okay, let's talk about Rachel. You're close to Rachel. I loved your dynamic in the house. It seems kind of like big sister, little sister.
Yep, exactly.
You saw her last night.
I did.
It was the first time you've seen her since she got back from shooting Bachelorette.
I'm the first one she saw.
So you guys are really tight.
We're
This
really
is a
tight.
genuine thing. Okay, so tell me about your relationship, and then just tell me whether or not she told you any little snippets that you can reveal. Like if she's happy and
she's happy. We grabbed dinner. She's ecstatic. I'm so happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, seeing her was just like such a like liberating thing, honestly.
last night's episode, the premiere episode, you were in it. You were giving Rachel advice before she even met all her guys. What kind of advice did you give?
Don't stress out. You know, she feels the need to be boss sometimes. Let the guy take control. Because you might miss out on something if you don't.
And then you were also on another date, but you were on a date.
I was on a date. It's coming up.
Okay, can you tell us anything about that?
I can't.
Not really.
I can't.
Okay.
But it's really fun.
Corinne, you spilled more tea than I could ever imagine. Thank you for joining us here for the first ever true Showmance. You were the most delightful interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seriously, I could just die happy now. I have so much joy in my life.
We need to just point out that she just knocked back a flute of corn.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of FOMO right now. I really wish I was there with them, drinking corn champagne.
It's like, bring me in
Bring
a
it
kid's
on over.
cuisine.
And I feel like we didn't get to see all of this like side of Corinne fully on the show. Like
Right,
they don't show
no.
everything that's happening.
No, like I said, you really only get a very, very, very little bit out of like the hours that we actually had with each other, and that not even on dates, just like when we're waiting
Well, you
to go
spend
on
most of the days just like hanging out and joking around with each other.
Yeah, you spend much more
That's
time with
where
the
all
girls
the-
than you do with the...
Which is why I kid you not, they would half the time have to be like, who's up for Nick? We're like, no, we're talking.
We're
like,
girls
busy.
talking.
And they're like, someone, you are here for Nick. And we're like, no, we have this
no,
going.
we're
All
fine.
right, you guys, I have some fan
Oh, what's
comments
going
about
on,
Corinne.
Rylan? What's
so,
happening?
Facebook is freaking out about Corinne. This first comment says, Corinne is my spirit animal. Honestly, same.
I mean,
I would watch an entire Corinne show. Like, can Raquel and Corinne do a show together?
This one, Lord give me the strength to handle Corinne.
I know.
I think she's
handle
great.
her fine.
And how would you feel as a Bachelor fan? I'm assuming, obviously, we're all fans here, of Raquel taking over for Jorge in Paradise.
I mean, I want to meet them both. So can we put them together and they can be the couple that rides off
Are
into
they
the sunset?
single? Oh, that could
I don't
be.
know, but
Hey,
wouldn't that be good?
You guys, our resident fave, Clay Bryce, says Corinne is a potential Bachelorette. Quite a thinker on
Oh my
that
God, that would
one.
actually
Oh.
I
I
would
would Clay to be
tune
very
in.
diplomatic about his
Yeah,
answer.
she could have her spin-off show.
I would definitely tune in. Who would you like to see as the next Bachelorette? I know typically it's like
God.
someone from the next season, but is there anyone that you feel like is an untapped talent? I don't know, maybe Sarah Vendel?
Y'all set me up for that. Of course. No.
Would you ever do
Would
it?
you want
Yeah.
to?
Well, no one was. I'm very much so single, so give me an opportunity to get my pick of 30 hot men.
Duh.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know who I would actually. I mean, literally, any of Nick's girls would be phenomenal picks, but maybe I'm partial because
Hey.
I very much so.
Sarah, another question from you from Hannah. Why did you want to be on The Bachelor in the first place?
Because I was single and I don't know how to date otherwise. So if you have any tips,
Tinder.
send them on in.
Yeah,
but really, I was
Tinder's
like,
working out really great for the rest of us.
Bumble,
so
Rhea.
great. No, I was like dumped and single, and I was like, once I was like over it, I was like, me and my girlfriends were like, someone has to go for at least the story. Why don't you go to the audition? So I was like, okay, maybe I'll meet Chris Harrison or someone, and then it just like actually happened. So
So were you like
there was
shocked
no
in the
big
end?
story.
Were you like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm going on
No,
The Bachelor
it
now.
took, it took months, the actual
what was the
process.
process?
I went to an open casting call in February, and they weren't looking for girls to actually go on The Bachelor until that fall. So I went, and then I waited I waited a huge gap of time. I wish I had a better story. I really don't. I just
was there like dating opportunities in between that you like passed up because you're like, sorry, I'm gonna be on The Bachelor?
No. See, like I just didn't hold my breath because when you think, oh, we'll call you in 3 months, you're like, yeah, sure you will.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But there just wasn't.
Do you prefer that style of dating, going on The Bachelor? Do you think it's a good road to finding love?
I mean, if you have that opportunity, why wouldn't you explore
why not?
it?
My question is how many, and you guys might not know either, but how many actual success stories have there been?
There's like, is there like 4 or 5
out of what?
marriages? But I mean, you think about it, they've dated for only a few months. I think that's pretty successful.
Oh, I just don't have any other
Somebody just said, hey Lily, Brooke Patton just said that you should be on The Bachelorette.
Yeah!
And then
Let's do it.
Another
I'll make
person
a
was
package.
saying, if you had to dress as an animal on your first impressions date, what would you be?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
Faux fur, for sure, you know.
Why animals? I love food. Can I just show up? I have a banana suit that I've really worn out.
Yeah,
and
that'd
it's
be
really
great.
kind of becoming part of my brand.
really funny.
But that might be a little
It's The Bachelor. You want to show up being like, hey, think about me when you think about that.
I don't know. Did you contemplate dressing up as something?
No. Not my personality.
Absolutely.
Like,
No.
I wouldn't.
So
Like,
that's
I
why
was
I
like
worry-
stoked for the dress.
I feel like I would never be able to go on the show because they would cut, like, I wouldn't ever make it because they'd be like, she's too boring.
Hey,
and
have
then
a good
2,
attitude about it. You
that I would like get
know.
cut
Yeah,
out
Sarah.
afterwards because I'd be in the corner being like, these people are
You never know.
I've seen lots of boring people in The Bachelor, by the way.
All right,
so.
you guys, we got to check in with our first poll, and that is who our second. I'm sorry, this was our second poll, and it is who will be the new villain of this season. As you can see the results on the screen, 15 people are saying Waboom.
I don't think Waboom has it in him to be evil.
I don't think so either.
So you guys agree with Blake then?
I agree with Lee. I think Lee. I think Lee.
Who's Blake?
Blake is the guy who talked about his package for like 2.5 minutes.
He's the one that the marching band.
The drummer.
In his package.
In his package.
Talked about his package in the
All right, you guys, be sure to keep on commenting because we'll be loving to feature what you have to say on the show. But back to you, Joss.
Thank you, Dadams, for that. Okay, so lucky for us, we have the entire season of The Bachelorette to look forward to. So really quick, let's just take a look at what is to come on the most dramatic and historic season of The Bachelorette.
Dun, dun, dun. Waited my entire life to be whisked away by these beautiful men. Get over here, you. I am so excited to see where this is going to go.
Swiss House, baby.
I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would ever wind up in Sweden.
I didn't sign up for this to come here to make friends. I'm gonna have problems with some of these guys in here. It's not about you. It is about me, because my name is in your mouth.
Who else is out there lurking in the shadows with secrets?
It definitely shocked all of us that he has a girlfriend.
You still have the keys to my apartment.
You're not here for Rachel. Admit it. Everything is a lie. You want a piece of me?
Oh my gosh. It's just not fair. I get pressured from so many different ways being in this position. I already know what people are gonna say about me.
I want nothing more than to move forward with you and have a future with you.
You deserve to be happy, and I want to be a part of that happiness.
My head is spinning and I'm falling in love.
Oh, this makes my heart so happy.
Where is the deodorant? I'm sweating so hard after that. Oh my gosh.
What moment are you guys most excited to see play out this season?
Who gets in a fight? Like, what happens to Kenny? Who hit him? Did Kenny hit back?
But
I don't know.
What if it wasn't even a real fight and it was some
Fake
kind
out.
of like date where it's like they're doing special
That-
effects makeup or learning how to be stunt people? I don't know. I don't know. But I just want to see Rachel being a badass the whole time.
Because she's amazing.
Yeah, expected.
And I just like seeing her handle really awkward situations and like diffuse the awkwardness.
Yeah. She's such a pro.
And also the ex-girlfriend that shows up.
Who is it?
I need to know.
I need the answers on that.
So many questions that we can't A today. So, you guys, the time has come for us to say goodbye. It's the saddest part of the show for us. Thank you guys so much for requesting that we bring back all the craziness here every Tuesday. And be sure to tune in every week to True Showmance. This is going to be your new favorite show. Mark our words. Also, be sure to leave a comment letting us know all of your thoughts and reactions on last night's first impressions, all those pickup lines, and the most cringeworthy limo exits, and we're also going to be participating in a Bachelorette bracket this season.
yay.
And the more the merrier. So if you want to also be a part of our bracket, click right down below for the link, and also and all the info that you're going to need is going to be, of course, there. And we're going to be sharing our bracket updates as the season goes on.
I love a good bracket.
You love a good bracket.
I love winning
love
a
a good
bracket.
bracket.
You got
Winning.
so country
I know,
halfway
y'all.
through that.
I know. Maybe you were channeling the villain guy. What's his name? Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Lee.
And also, of course, we have to thank our girl Ashley I, Corinne, Bachelorette alum Chase for joining us and just ditching all the dirt. And then, I mean, the biggest thank you of all goes out to our girl Sarah. No, seriously, thank you.
Here, I'm
so
coming
much
back for
joining us.
weekly compliments because you guys
Please
are so
do.
nice.
Anytime. Yes.
I mean,
So
you're a
sweet.
natural.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want a hosting
Of course.
career?
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
I feel very comfortable in this seat.
So we have to stay in touch. So
Absolutely.
where can we stay in touch with you? Where can our viewers follow you? Like
My very,
Instagram.
very creative, unique Instagram handle. Make sure you get a pen and paper to write down at Sarah Vendel.
Ooh.
I know.
Wow.
Fancy.
Amazing.
Really, really wild. Really
No,
out
you're
there.
really fun to follow.
I was gonna
You
say,
look
but
like
you
you're
got
living
the
your
brand.
best life.
I wish I was better at Twitter, but
No, you got the
don't really
branding
have
message.
anything for you.
Unlike Waboom.
I don't really got anything funny to say to y'all out there, but I mean, I try to keep up with my Instagram, and I like to reply back to DMs here and there. So,
Okay, cool.
So what are
Call
you
me
doing
whenever you
next?
want.
Like what are you excited about that you have coming up? Anything
I mean,
to speak of?
well, I'm
secrets?
going to explore the opportunity of paradise if I get asked.
Great.
That's something I'd be
Okay.
interested in.
Oh, us
Other-
too.
Oh, thanks.
We're being very interested in you.
So,
too.
I was like, if you have any, who you would like to see me with, because like I have no idea.
Girl, we'll text you.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. Other than that, just figuring this little crazy life out one day at a time.
Same girl.
And if you're her husband out there, she's available and she's
Yes,
ready.
very much so.
Please.
Okay, guys, we have hit our viewer count.
Yeah!
And now, if you're hoping to win the hashtag Yes Please Prune lipstick like I'm wearing right now, make sure you follow Clevver on Facebook and comment below hashtag Yes Please Prune. And we're gonna pick one lucky winner at the end of today.
Oh,
Yeah.
so exciting.
Good luck.
Yeah. And thank you again to all of you guys out there for joining us today. And thanks again to our sponsor, Secret. Secret Clinical is there to keep you protected against unexpected stress sweat.
Yes.
One less thing to worry about when you're worrying about remembering the names of your 25 new boyfriends. We hope you had as much as fun as we did. We'll see you back here next week.
Peace.